The WWE goes down under as the next PLE takes place in Perth, Australia. Elimination Chamber comes to you live from Optus Stadium at 9 p.m. local, which means some basic math that the PLE will start at 5 a.m. Eastern. Yes, 5 a.m. So you're going to need your coffee for this one. But if you live in the US, you can watch it all on Peacock and somewhere else around the world. For those unaware of what the Elimination Chamber is, it is a 6-person match type, of which 4 of the 6 competitors are locked inside glass pods, and the whole ring and the pods are surrounded by chain link fence, steel, and all that. 2 people start. At a given interval, one pod is open, releasing another superstar into the mix, and it's an elimination style, like in the name. So once you are pinned or submitted, you got to go. Last person standing is the winner. Elimination Chamber has had a spot on the road to WrestleMania for the past decade or so, and we're continuing that tradition now, as this is the last PLE before WrestleMania, at least for the main roster. This match card has 4 confirmed matches and 1 confirmed talking segment. Now you might think that's not a lot. We're doing this at a stadium. You want to get a bigger show, but no, that's not the trend of how these shows go. Triple H Levesque, who is creative control of the WWE, he does tend in like bigger things have a smaller match set. We saw it especially with like special match types as a namesake of the PLE. We saw it at War Games, we saw it at War Rumble, and we're gonna see it here at Elimination Chamber. That the match type itself, those matches get a lot of time, and the other card is kind of just there. But this year is going to be awesome. Titles will be defended, title shots will be awarded, and stories will write another historic chapter. Are you curious to see how I think it's going to go down? Well, I hope so, because you clicked the damn video. But anyway, let's get into it. This is the Elimination Chamber preview. Like I said, we have about 4. We have 4 matches and 1 confirmed talking segment. I'll get into all that, and I'm kind of going to go in the order of I think the card plays out, but obviously we won't know until we know. I think that we're going to start the festivities off for night or morning, depending on where you watch it, with the women's elimination chamber. Now that chamber match, whoever wins that gets a shot at the women's world title at WrestleMania. And so this will be 6 women with the opportunity of a lifetime to have a featured marquee match at the greatest stage of them all. However, to do that, they got to go through each other inside the confines of the Elimination Chamber. Now, you'll see, just so you know, the men and the women both have Elimination Chamber matches, but how they this overall like combated list is different from the women's and the men's. I'll talk about the men's in a second, but for the women's here, you have a mix of who's now and who's next. The 6 competitors are Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Tiffany Stratton, and the returning Raquel Rodriguez. All 6 of those names are not household names, and that's nothing against them. But personally, I think this match is going to rule. All 6 women have a track record of throwing their bodies online in big matches like this. All 6 women are willing to go to that next level to put on a fantastic match. And I see absolutely nothing changing here. This is going to be great. You're going to see high spots from people you wouldn't think you would see that from. You're going to see stories play out in this that I believe will set up Mania matches. But as far as the winner goes, unfortunately, this will probably, if there's any negative to this card, it will be that this match, along with the others, it feels, the result feels kind of predictable. I see this match having basically two potential winners. with one of them being way more likely than the other. My outside the box potential is Bianca Belair. If you do not know, Bianca Belair is a cover star athlete for the upcoming WWE 2K24 video game. Well, as the making of this video upcoming, and she shares that cover of the deluxe edition, I believe it is, with the current women's world champion Rhea Ripley. So there's a built-in story there about two of the biggest stars right now, two cover athletes going against each other for the title. And you know, that is a marquee. Bianca Belair is a marquee name. Rhea Ripley is a marquee name. They could sell that, nobody would fuss. But with all that being said, the obvious winner here is Becky the Man Lynch. This is the story they have been telling for the last several months, ever since I think it was over the summer or maybe early fall. They Rhea and Becky had some weird like stare down in the middle of nowhere on a backstage segment of Raw. They have in storyline, creative has been intentionally having them avoid each other to kind of savor this for at this point in time, the road to WrestleMania. And these are undoubtedly two of the biggest stars on Raw battling it out to see who is the best. Look for a fantastic match. Look for Becky Lynch to secure her spot at WrestleMania and fight for the women's world title. Next up, we have Judgment Day members Finn Balor and Damian Priest taking on Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne for the undisputed tag titles. Now, how this match came about: there was a fatal 4-way tag match on SmackDown, and there was a fatal 4-way tag match on Raw. Whichever team won their respective matches fought each other for a shot at the titles here at Elimination Chamber. Bate and Dunne won for SmackDown. DIY, which is Gargano and Ciampa, won for Raw. They had a fantastic match on a recent episode of SmackDown, and Bate and Dunne won to get their shot. Now, let me preface by saying this: all four in this match have a great track record of being able to put on good matches, and I think they'll get enough time and they'll tell a good match. But there has been 0.0 build to this thing. They honestly have barely interacted, I think, outside Dominic talking to Bate and Dunne on the last one of the most recent episodes of SmackDown. Yeah, I'm excited for in-ring, but as far as the overall story of this, WWE put no effort into having me care, so therefore I'm not going to put that much into caring. I still want to see the match. I still want to see them go for about possibly 10-15 minutes of just hard-hitting moves, all that, but we as fans were given no reason to believe that Bate and Dunne have a shot in hell at this. And unless creative wants to do like the ultimate shock job and get the fans going, yeah, it's Judgment Day's winning this. Just Judgment Day's winning. They're going to hold the titles. They're going to build up to Mania. They're already feuding with Awesome Truth and DIY at the moment, so that's going to continue towards Mania. I don't know I don't know what way that's going to culminate, but it will there. Bate and Dunne these are just to get him on the card. So yeah, Judgment Day to win and move on. But look for a good showing out of Bate and Dunne. They've been, friends for a while. They've been on screen for a while, whether feuding against each other or teaming. But as far as the main roster, they're still too new to have the titles. But if they continue upward trajectory, look for a title run like over the summer or the fall. So yeah, Judgment Day's winning. Let's move on. Next, we have the men's Elimination Chamber match, to where 6 men will step in. The winner of the match gets a shot at the World Heavyweight title, currently owned by Seth Rollins, at WrestleMania. Now, I said before for the women, it was 6 combatants mixed in of who's now and who's next. Now, this match is star power. and it's basically people who's here now. One who's next. I'll give him that. But the participants for the Elimination Chamber match for the men are Randy Orton, Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, yeah, and Drew McIntyre. Now, based on those names alone, you'll venture to guess this is going to be an absolute banger of a match, and you're right. So yeah, they'll show out. They'll put on a great show. They'll get in there, get physical. Expect bodies to go through glass. Expect bodies to fly all around. Expect Logan Paul to do something crazy, because he does something crazy in every match he's in. And with this one, unfortunately, what's that saying? The second verse is the same as the first. There's not much. There's not much else to, going around the last couple of weeks on TV to suggest that this is anyone could win it. Anyone can face Seth Rollins. I do give a slight percentage chance to Randy Orton, just because it is Randy Orton, and honestly, Orton Rollins at Mania would not be the worst match available. It would be awesome. So there's only been one person's match who has been messing with CM Punk after causing his injury and making merch off of it. There's been one person to talking down the champ Seth Rollins, to beating up Sami Zayn, and to giving Cody Rhodes, albeit a little funky, his first pinfall loss since WrestleMania 39. That man is so far your MVP for the year in my book, and your front runner for player hater of the year. That man is Drew McIntyre. He has been on a collision course again with Rollins ever since, the Punk injury. Creative had to pivot. It's been Drew. Drew is going to walk into this match. He's going to walk out the winner. He's going to continue his crusade against Seth Rollins, because if you watch last couple weeks, you'll see him saying, Seth's injured. Seth's not the one who can carry the title anymore. He needs to carry the workhorse title and take it to new heights, and I think he gets a shot. Drew McIntyre is winning this match, but look for outside stories to develop. I think we'll see interference of a Karrion Kross on Bobby Lashley, because they're building towards that. Kevin Owens and Logan Paul have been building something, so they might just continue that feud and take out each other in this. And LA Knight and Randy Orton are there just for the star power and to look good. Drew McIntyre is winning this, and we will get Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight title. All right, these last two, I honestly can see go either way as far as who finishes the card. But for right now, I'm leaning towards this way. The next match is actually technically not the last part of the show, but the final match of the show. It'll be Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax for the Women's World title. Rhea Ripley's from Australia. It's been built up. She's going home. I did not know Nia Jax was born in Australia. That has not been mentioned once. Born in Australia, moved to Hawaii young. Oh, according to Wikipedia, I don't take that for grand salt, if you will. But yeah, for right now, two of Australia's own are battling out for one of the richest prize in wrestling, and it's going to be great. I did not like her first run. She's annoying as hell to me in the second run, but that just means she's doing her job. Nia Jax has improved a lot here, in her time back. She's gotten better, way better in the ring, got way better in the mic, more comfortable. These two are going to show out and give it all they got for the home crowd, and this place will go electric. Unfortunately, in Nia Jax's case, this match has already been spoiled. Take you back to the WrestleMania kickoff press conference a couple weeks ago. Rhea Ripley came out, talked. She's a champ. She needs to be there. And it wasn't Nia Jax who got her face. It was Becky Lynch. It was the still from the conference was Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley. On the most recent episode of Raw, all 6 competitors came out to do their little hype up the match thing before the show. And Nia Jax was brought up just because everyone else forgot about her. It was all Rhea brought up. Everything was about facing Rhea at WrestleMania. Now Nia did come out at the end and just lay everybody out, but I'm sorry, I don't see it. There's no in no world does Nia win this. In no world does Rhea lose her historic run at Elimination Chamber, even if it's in her hometown. There's no way. Rhea's gonna win this. It's gonna be a great match, and I expect Becky to come out and confront her. We'll get that cool shot, the WrestleMania logo in the background of them staring into each other's eyes and setting that up for Mania. So Rhea Ripley is the winner. Rhea Ripley conquers Nia. Rhea Ripley goes on to face the Baxter. It'll be weird to end it on a talking segment, but given who's involved and who's potentially involved, I can see it. We have a Grayson Waller effect. If you don't know what that is, there is a Australian superstar named Grayson Waller who has his own talk show called the Grayson Waller Effect. And if you bring the show to Australia, bring it home, you gotta have some great guests, and he does. He has 2 special guests for this edition. The World Heavyweight Champ Seth freaking Rollins. I hate saying that freaking part, but I did it. And the American Nightmare and your Royal Rumble winner and your main eventer for WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes. Now, this can go one or two ways, and I hope it goes the latter. This could be your standard talking segment where Waller does some stupid jokes at the expense of Cody and Seth, tries to get under the skin, and they both lay him out and they call it a day. If that's the case, it's not main eventing. This will probably go on before the main event, of which I see Rhea and Nia being the main event. But if this goes the way I think it's going to go, it will be Grayson Waller do some dumb jokes, Cody and Seth brush it off, and then Grayson tries to divide a wedge between Cody and Seth, like Seth saying, "Oh, why are you here? You're not even part of the story." All that gets Seth to get mad, and Cody's got to calm him down, all that kind of stuff. That could play a part. And I also see some interference with some outside people on the February 16th edition of SmackDown. Grayson Waller was shown after this segment was announced during the week. Grayson was shown talking to Paul Heyman backstage, so I expect shenanigans in the form of either Solo or Jimmy coming out to try to attack them, and either get thwarted or we see Cody and Seth be just laid out. But this is probably hopeful on my end. This is probably the fan in me. I give a outside shot at the Brahma Bull, the great one, the newest member of the Bloodline, The Rock, being there. It's a big show, big audience, place is gonna go electric, and The Rock could come out there and lay out Cody Rhodes after Solo and Jimmy take out Seth. It would give a new, wrinkle in this main event storyline against the Bloodline against Cody and Seth. It would be shocking because he's not advertised for the show, and it would be a major jumping off point for when we get into the story. Now that once Elimination Chamber is over, the next big event is WrestleMania. So I give an outside shot of The Rock showing up and taking out Cody. But if he doesn't, we'll still probably see Cody and Seth just whoop Grace's ass. So can't be mad at that. All right, talk overall excitement for the show. It's just show's gonna be a good one. Even as I laid out before, it's predictable as hell. It's going to be a good one, and that's not saying anything. We've had, you would have to go back a while to find an overall bad PLE. I think the last one fans were divided on was like SummerSlam or Fastlane. SummerSlam I get. Fastlane, I liked it. Overall, I like SummerSlam, but I can see why people didn't like it. But yeah, you're going to get predictable winners, as I said. But the in-ring action, bell to bell, is going to be off the charts. It's going to be fun. It's going to be worth waking my ass up. I'm Central, so 4 a.m. it starts for me. God. Anyway, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a perfect, super catalyst to the actual road to WrestleMania. And yeah, get your ass up. to see this live. All right, for the what I think is potential best match of the night, the Women's Elimination Chamber match. War Games back in November and Royal Rumble back in January. The women's matches were better than the men's. I think the trend continues. Look for the women to show the F out and show everyone why they're 6 of the best overall wrestlers in the company. For a potential MVP of the night, I have about 3 names I'm gonna throw out there. I'll start with 2 that I think are I'll start with potential 2 because they're in the same match. Bianca Belair and Tiffany Stratton. Both like I said, both are great. Both are underrated in the ring. They've been feuding with each other, so honestly, look for that to set up maybe for a Mania match. But ever since Stand and Delivered last year, Tiffany Stratton has been on another level, and she's willing to take the dive. She's willing to go moonsault into whatever. Bianca Belair has the power. Look for her to throw people around. Look for her to probably be the Iron Woman of this match. By that I mean last the longest, started out, be one of the last 2, something like that. Expect her to go to almost a distance in this match before falling to Becky Lynch. And my third, I know, out of left field, give me Damian Priest. Damian Priest has had a good 2023. He had a good 2023. He's going to get a resurgence for 2024. Now him and the Money in the Bank briefcase kind of taking a back seat to everything. But I think Elimination Chamber, Damian shows up in that tag match, rights the ship, and gets people talking about him cashing in again in a positive light, not just what the hell is he doing with the case. Damian Priest is my third candidate for a possible MVP. But yeah, again, 5 a.m. East Coast. International fans have been suffering for years. Now it's our turn. But that's all I have. I hope you guys learned something about the upcoming PLE from this. What do you think? Who do you think is going to win these matches? Let me know in the comments. Do you agree with me? Disagree? Who's your potential MVP? And be on the lookout for not only a review of the show, but the next week's installment of review preview. You guys have been showing love to the videos, and it means a lot. For this one, like and subscribe. I will catch you guys in the next video. I'm Heartfelt. Peace.